सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ श्री गणेशाय नमः। ॐ श्री सरस्वत्यै नमः। ॐ श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पाद शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं। समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरं। मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवं परमानन्दमाधवम्। सर्ववेदान्तसिद्धान्तगोचरं तमगोचरं गोविन्दं परमानन्दं sadguruṃ praṇato'smyaham. Hari Om. In the first session, we just saw the introduction to this Vivekachoodamani. We started by saying how Indian culture is the oldest living culture in the whole world, and two major factors that contribute towards such a great feat. One is that the entire culture is founded on the knowledge of the Vedas, the Vedangas, the Upavedas. So all these systems, or what we can say as corpus of knowledge, becomes the base for this culture. And Vedanta that we are studying is also part of that corpus. Actually, it is the end portion, the culmination of the entire Veda. That was first reason why this culture is oldest and yet living. The second reason we saw was that time and again, when people lose the relevance of this culture into their lives, we see a great Mahatma comes and revives the entire culture. Thus we saw how Bhagavan Vedavyasji revolutionized the entire Vedic Vangmaya, Vedic literature. We also saw a brief biography of Bhagavan Shri Adi Shankaracharya, isn't it? How he not only made sure that the Vedic living has come back to the main front, but also made sure that every single group in the society is helped in this spiritual path. May it be scholars, by writing bhashyas, by writing commentaries, etc. May it be other philosophers. May it be people who have no connection with Vedanta and therefore need assistance. For them, he wrote Prakarana Granthas. Or maybe people who have no interest in knowledge but want to love God. So even by strengthening that bhakti literature, how he brought Vedic culture back. We also saw how Shankaracharya put Dashanami Sampradaya by establishing 4 mathas and creating a structure for Hindu sannyasis, so that the society will be benefited by their knowledge and they will be supported by the society. Right? So, in this way, we have seen how Bhagavan Shankaracharyaji's contribution helped India to regain its culture. He is also the author of this text, therefore we saw his biography also. In the same lineage comes our Puja Gurudev also, who brought this knowledge from the Himalayas to all of us, made sure that we connect back to Shankaracharya and Vedanta, right? So, in this way, these two reasons are main reasons because of which the Indian culture is still, living culture, right? Then we saw meaning of Prakarana Grantha. So, Shastra Grantha is a text which should cover all the topics related to that Shastra. Prakarana Grantha, a preliminary text, does what? Takes up one or a few topics from Shastra Grantha and elaborates on it. Prepares a student to study the Shastra Grantha. That is the purpose of Prakarana Grantha. Preliminary text. We saw Shastraikadesha Sambaddham Shastra Karyantare Sthitam Ahuhu Prakaranam Nama Grantha Bheda Vipashchitaha. That which takes up one or few topics from Shastra Grantha and which has got its purpose subsumed in the main purpose of the Shastra, that is Moksha Prapti, is called as a preliminary text by those who clearly understand different types of texts. This also we saw. Then we came to the text that we are studying, Vivekachoodamani. So, Viveka, discrimination, Choodamani, the crest jewel of discrimination. And therefore, we saw the entire Rupaka, a metaphor also. That imagine Veda as a human being, then his head will be Vedanta, the end portion of the Veda, what we call as Upanishad. Now, on that Vedanta, there is a crown. And this crown is what? These different Shastra Granthas, different Prakarana Granthas. And among all of them, the central jewel, the crest jewel, that which gives beauty to the entire crown, to the entire person, is Vivekachoodamani. Beauty of Vivekachoodamani is what? Here the philosophy is married to poetry. Beautiful confluence of philosophical thoughts and poetical ways. This is the beauty of Shankaracharya, a masterpiece of Shankaracharya and also masterpiece of Pujya Gurudev. Right? That is what Vivekachoodamani is. Then we also saw why is it important to study this text for us. What am I going to get? We saw that we all are looking for happiness. And we are trying different methods in the world to gain that permanent happiness. But somehow we are not successful. Why we are not successful? Because we get joys out of those experiences, but it does not last. And soon we are left unfulfilled. In such moments, we turn towards scriptures who tell us that the happiness that you are searching for is you. And thus begins our spiritual journey, the inward journey, where now we are no more searching for the happiness outside, but we are trying to find it within. A question comes at this point, if I am that happiness, why am I not feeling it? Because I see all the time that I am in sorrow only. Why I don't feel it? The reason is ignorance. Because I don't know I am happiness. Oh, why that ignorance is continuing? Because of lack of right thinking. Avichara krito bandha. Because I am not thinking properly about the essential points in a way that it should be thought of, that's why the ignorance is continuing. What is the solution? Vicharena nivartate. If the bondage is created by avichara, by not thinking rightly, moksha, how that bondage will go away? By right thinking. Tasmāt jiva paratmano sarvada eva vicharayet. Therefore, one should always reflect upon this jiva and paramatma. What is the connection? Right? That is what is called as viveka. And that's what is the main topic of this text, Vivekachoodamani. Right? Up to this we saw. Now, in any thing that we do in Indian culture, anything that we do, we always begin by remembering the Lord. Isn't it? We may say that we have become very modern, but still actually that Indian culture is ingrained in us. Suppose we buy anything new TV, new car, we first what we do, we take it to the temple, or we keep it in front of Bhagavan, or we put chandan, kumkum, etc. on that. Why? Because remembering the Lord. If we are starting on some journey, etc., we say Sadguruṃ Maharaj ki jai, remember the Lord. We are starting any new program, any new project, we do that. We are entering into new house, we first worship the Lord. So it is our culture that anything that we start, which is a good endeavor, we always begin it with the remembrance of the Lord. Now that is what is called as Mangalacharana. Mangalacharana means invoking the auspiciousness. Mangala. So in the beginning of the class also, we chanted Shanti Mantra. The other 4 verses that we chanted, we saw the meaning in the previous class. The Shanti Mantra also we chanted in the beginning. Om Sahana Vavatu, Sahanau Bhunaktu. What is that? That is also invoking the grace of the Lord during this knowledge transaction. So we are beginning a class, we are starting something new, we want to invoke the grace of the Lord. And what do we pray? Om. Om is the remembrance of the Lord. The teacher and the student are together praying. What are they saying? Om Sahana Vavatu, Sahanau Avatu. O Lord, please protect both of us together. Saha means together. Now means both of us. Avatu means protect. Please protect. O Lord, please protect both of us together. Why? Because protection is required. So many things are possible that can happen, don't let it happen. Please protect the teacher and student together. Sahanau Bhunaktu. What is the next prayer? May we both enjoy this journey together. Bhunaktu, enjoy. Not that it is, continuously looking, when wage is going to end. 1 hour over or not over, somewhere clock is there, then we keep turning. Let it not be boring. Let the whole experience of knowledge transaction be joyous. Sahanau Bhunaktu. For that, what is required? Sahaviryam karavavahai. May we both put forth efforts together. Means what? The teacher also prepares and comes for the class. The student also revises and comes for the class. And even during the class, both the teacher and student are trying to keep the focus. Sahaviryam karavavahai. May both of us put efforts together. That is the prayer. Then what? Tejasvina vadhitamastu. Now adhitam tejasvi astu. Whatever we have learnt, adhitam, tejasvi, may it remain fresh in us. Means what? May it not happen that something we have heard, we have forgotten. And when the time comes that we have to use that knowledge, it doesn't come to us. May it not happen like that. What was that? What text we are studying? What is the name of the text? Gone. Are Vivekachoodamani we are studying. Vivekachoodamani. Or instead of Vivekachoodamani, some other name only we will take. May it not happen like that. May what we are studying remain fresh, remain available to us. Tejasvina vadhitamastu. Last prayer is what? Ma vidvishavahe. May we both not hate each other. May the teacher should not say, what kind of student I have got, They don't pay attention only. And at the same time, student is also thinking, what kind of teacher? Same thing again and again and again repeating. Doesn't he get bored? Give some vacation, etc. Holiday. In school, it used to happen, no? Whenever they will give us off period, we will all be enjoying only. The whole class will suddenly burst into noise. Yeah, we got very strange. We pay the fees, okay, to the school to get knowledge. We take efforts to purchase all other things, uniform and books and notebooks, and we go there, and after reaching there, when the time comes that they have to deliver for which we have paid, and if they don't do that, we enjoy. On the contrary, we should say, no, we don't want off period. Get some other teacher. Make him teach. Why? We have paid. But that doesn't happen. Why? Because we don't enjoy the class. What we enjoy? Off period. May it not happen like that. Ma vidvishavahe. May we, both student and teacher, not hate each other. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. May there be peace from all the three places from where disturbances can come. So we say Adhi Daivika, Adhi Bhautika, Adhyatmika Tapa Shanti. Tapa means afflictions, disturbance that can come. The disturbance can come from three places. Adhi Daivika means from natural forces over which we have no control. Suppose it starts raining heavily and I can't hear a word that the teacher is saying. Or suppose it is too hot that I can't even sit. No, that is something which is beyond our control. May there be no such thing when the knowledge transfer is happening. During the class, may such calamity, disaster not be there. Then Adi Bhautika means second type of disturbance comes from around us. We have decided that we are going to sit for class, but since it is Sunday evening, the same day my neighbor decides that we are going to play music, we are going to have party. Now the moment they start that, I cannot focus in the class. Adi Bhautika, from the world around me also disturbance can come. Not necessarily neighbor also, okay. Within your house also such disturbance is possible, isn't it? Over which we have little bit of control. Adi Daivika to we have no control. Adi Bhautika little bit control is there. May there be no such disturbance from the world around also. And third is what? Adhyatmika. No problem with natural forces, no problem outside, but from inside disturbance is coming. Today, no, I am not in mood. Not in mood. Now, mind has decided. Everything is fine. Nobody is making any noise outside. The place is calm and quiet. You can focus in the class. But the mind says, Sunday evening we should do something else. Sunday evening is not meant for all these things, you see. What can we do? I think in the evening I should go out. But because of COVID, class is going on. What are you thinking? The mind has decided to switch off from the class and start thinking about something. This is another kind of disturbance. Now, all these disturbances will hinder in my knowledge that I want to gain. So, we are praying Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. May there be peace, peace, peace. Means what? All the three kinds of disturbances should not be there. May there be peace. This is a kind of prayer. This is called invocation prayer. Mangalacharan. Shanti mantra. Right? Now, when Shankaracharya ji is beginning this text, there also he wants to pray before he starts writing the text. And that's why the first verse is Shanti mantra, or what is called as Mangalacharana. Shanti mantra is generally the Vedic mantras which are chanted in the beginning are called as Shanti mantras. So, Sahana Vavatu, Apyayantu Mamangani, Shanno Mitra Shamvarunaha, Purnamadav Purnamidam. These are called as Shanti mantras. Right? The first verse of a text where the grace of the Lord or the Guru is invoked, is called as Mangalacharana. That is the first verse. We have read it last time and we have seen the simple meaning of it. Let us read it again and try to understand the deeper meaning. Please repeat. Sarvavedāntasiddhāntagocaraṃ tamagocaram govindaṃ paramānandaṃ sadguruṃ praṇato'smyaham sarvavedāntasiddhāntagocaraṃ tamagocaram govindaṃ paramānandaṃ sadguruṃ praṇato'smyaham. We saw the meaning last time from the first word to the last word. Now, we will go according to the meaning. See the last word, praṇato'smyaham, is actually made up of three words. Praṇatah, asmi, aham. Aham, I. Asmi, am. Praṇatah, prostrating. I am prostrating. Prakarshena natah. Natah means to prostrate. I am prostrating. This natah is the same root from which namaha comes. Namaha we use many times. Namaha, namaha, namaha. What do you mean by namaha? Namama iti namaha. Namaha means what? When I say I do namaskara, namaskaromi, namaha. Namaha means what? Namama. Not mine. Not mine means what? I am dropping my ego and surrendering. That is called as prostration. Namaha. Right? The highest prostration, however, is to realize that the one who is prostrating and to whom is he prostrating are one and the same. To realize that oneness is the greatest prostration. And that's why when we say namaskara, we fold hands. We say namaskara, namaha. Namaha means what? One hand represents me, another hand represents you. Both of us are one. Namaha. So even when we prostrate in front of the Lord, the highest knowledge is given by the simple act of folding hands, where we say what? Lord, I prostrate to you. Who are you? You are actually my own self. Namastu aikyam pravadet. It is said, Namaha actually aikyam pravadet is expounding aikya. Aikya means oneness. The oneness between the individual and the supreme is what is indicated by this word namaha. Right? So, aham praṇatah prakarshena natah means what? Totally surrendering. I am prostrating, totally surrendering unto you. Who are you? Sadguruṃ praṇato'smyaham. I am prostrating to Sadguru. What is the difference between Guru and Sadguru? Guru means teacher. And we have many teachers. We say our mother is our first teacher, father is our teacher, our elders are our teacher. In school, who taught us? School teachers. In college, who taught us? Any person who gives us any kind of knowledge is a teacher. Who is a Sadguru? Two ways we can understand this meaning. Satcha asau guruscha Sadguru. One who is Sat. Sat means noble. Noble means what? One who is Shrotriya and Brahmanishta. That's how Guru will be expounded. In Vivekachoodamani also, Shankaracharya will explain this point. One who has the knowledge of the scriptures, Shrotriya, and one who is established in the experience of Brahman, Brahmanishta. Such a Guru Now, see, he is Sat means what? He is Shrotriya and Brahmanishta. He has got the knowledge of the scriptures and he has got the experience of Brahman. Plus, he is Guru. He is ready to teach. Means what? He has got compassion to share that knowledge with others. Such a person is called as Sadguru. So, when we speak of Sadguru, three qualities are there. One, he is well versed, he or she. See, when I say he, please don't misunderstand, it can be she also. But just one pronoun I have to use, therefore I am using he, because here also Pullinga is used. The masculine gender is used, therefore. So, one thing is what? The person is well versed in the scriptures, so that he can guide me also in the spiritual or scriptural path. Second quality, he is well established in Brahman and therefore has seen that highest and therefore can take me also to that highest. And third quality is what? He has got lot of compassion, because of which even though he is established in that Brahman, comes to my level and solves my doubts. Sadgurum. One meaning. Second meaning is what? Satah Guruhu, Sadguruhu, Tam Sadgurum. Satah Guru means what? The teacher of the existence, Satah, self. The one who teaches me about the self is called as Sadguru. One who teaches me about the self is called as Sadguru. Means what? One thing is, of course, that he is the teacher, but he is not teaching me some worldly science. He is teaching me the spiritual science. He is teaching me about the self, about the Supreme. Understanding? He is Sadguru. To that Sadguru I prostrate. Tam Sadgurum aham praṇato'smyaham. Now, all other words actually in the verse can become adjective for the Sadguru, or we need not do like that also, we will understand the meaning. Sadgurum, before that what is there? Paramānandaṃ. Paramānandaṃ means what? One who is extreme or supreme bliss. Niratishaya ānandam. One who is of the nature of that bliss. Can become adjective for Sadguru. Paramānandam Sadgurum aham praṇato'smyaham. Before that, what is the word? Govindaṃ. Now, this Govinda word is actually filled with lots and lots of meaning. Because the Sanskrit language is such that each word has got many meanings. The word Govindaṃ, go word is there, no? Go. That go itself can mean so many things. Go, of course, as we know, go means cow. Go can also mean bhumi, earth. Go also means Vedas. Go also means Indriyas. Right? So many such meanings are there, but we will stick to few meanings. Okay? First is what? Govindaṃ is the name of Bhagavan Mahavishnu. Isn't it? Govindaṃ. And therefore, by saying Govindaṃ praṇato'smyaham, I prostrate to that Lord Mahavishnu. First meaning. Second meaning, Gam, Indriyan, Vindati. One who is controlling the senses. So, our own inner self is the meaning of the word Govindaṃ. So, whom am I prostrating? I am prostrating to that Mahavishnu, who is none other than my own self. So, we can also say that Atmakripa, the grace of the self, is invoked. So, Guru Kripa, Ishvara Kripa, Atma Kripa. Guru Kripa by saying Sadgurum praṇato'smyaham, Ishvara Kripa by saying Govinda is that Mahavishnu, and Atma Kripa, the grace of the self, is also invoked by saying the word Govindaṃ. Now, don't forget, Govinda is also name of Shankaracharya's guru. Bhagavatpada Shankara Bhagavatpada, his guru was Govinda Bhagavatpada. His guru was Gaudapada. So this is the lineage of the teachers which is there. In that lineage, Shankaracharya's guru, one whom he met in Omkareshwar in Madhya Pradesh and from whom he got the knowledge we saw last time, is Govinda Bhagavatpada. So by using the word Govinda, he is actually invoking grace of all three. Grace of the Lord, grace of the self, and also grace of the Guru. Govindaṃ praṇato'smyaham. I prostrate to that Govinda. Govinda Bhagavatpada. See, somebody may say that, how can so many meanings can come? That's the beauty. That's the beauty of the Sanskrit language and also of the authors. That, they could have used any other word if he wanted to prostrate to Vishnu Bhagavan only. He could have said Narayanam, like Vedavyasji's beginning his exposition on Mahabharata. He says Narayanam namaskritya naram chaiva narottamam devim saraswatim vyasam tato jayamudire. He is mentioning Narayan. So many names of Vishnu are there. Vishnu Sahasranam, he has already written commentary on Vishnu Sahasranam. Does he not know? He knows. He is using that exact word because he wants to indicate all these things. So, Govindaṃ praṇato'smi, this word Govinda itself can mean Ishvara, can mean Vishnu Bhagavan, can mean the self, Gam Vindatiti, and can also mean Guru, his Guru. He is invoking grace of Ishvara, grace of the self, and grace of the Guru. Now he explains how is that truth or how is that Govinda. Now again, this Govinda can mean all the three meanings, okay. Now the first line is explanation of that Govinda. How is that Govindaṃ? Sarvavedāntasiddhāntagocaraṃ. Last time also we saw, though while chanting the verse we are breaking. Sarvavedāntasiddhāntagocaraṃ tamagocaram. Though we are breaking for the ease of chanting, but it is one word. Sarvavedāntasiddhāntagocaraṃ. Gocharam. Again here go means indriya. And chara means to go. So gochara means where the senses can go. Actually what it means is what can be known. What can be known. Gocharam means that something that can be known. Known by what? Sarvavedāntasiddhānta. We saw Sarva means entire. Vedanta, the end portion of the Vedas, the Upanishads. Vedanta. Siddhanta. What is the central message of the entire Vedanta? The main teaching of the entire Vedanta is what is called as sarvavedāntasiddhānta. And what is that? What is that Vedanta wants to tell? Vedanta wants to tell us Jiva Brahma Aikya. The oneness between individual and supreme. The Mahavakya, the identity revealing statement, the statement that tells me that I am that supreme, this Mahavakya is the central message of entire Vedanta. Sarvavedāntasiddhāntagocaraṃ. So something that can be known through Mahavakyas. Who is that? Govindaṃ. Govindaṃ, the self, that Lord, that Guru is someone whom we can know through the Mahavakyas. Sarvavedāntasiddhāntagocaraṃ. Tam, to him, to that supreme. Agocharam. but he is agochara. Agochara means cannot be known. Hey? Just now you said he can be known. Here agocharam means what? Which cannot be known by any other means. We have different ways of knowing, isn't it? They're called as pramāna. If on pramāna also there is one video on the YouTube, in CIF Chinfo channel. Please go and watch for more clarity. What are the pramanas? Pratyaksha, Anumana, Upamana, Arthapatti, Anupalabdhi, Shabda Pramana, all these, and what are they, how do they function, etc. Everything is given there. By saying agocharam, what it actually means here is that the Supreme is something which cannot be known through other means. Other means? Other than the Vedanta Siddhanta. Other than the Shabda Pramana, other means cannot work. To know that Supreme, to know essentially the Lord, to know the Guru as essence, no other pramana, no other means of knowledge. Pramana means means of knowledge will be helpful. Pratyaksha, I cannot see it. No, but Swamiji, I see my Guru. That is physical form of the Guru. That Guru is actually that Supreme Self only which cannot be seen. You cannot infer also. I think it is like that. The Self cannot be inferred. There is, you cannot even know it by similarity. Upamana, that Self is similar to this. No, not possible. Or Arthapatti, postulation. Let us postulate that the Self is like this. Not possible. Or Anupalabdhi, that it is not available, non-perception. That also won't work for that Supreme. What will work? Shabda Pramana will work. Shabda Pramana means what? The testimony of the Vedas. And the Vedas also, the end portion of the Vedas. Vedanta. In that Vedanta also, what is the main central theme of the Upanishads? What is the central theme of the Vedanta? Sarvavedāntasiddhāntagocaraṃ. That Supreme can only be known through the Mahavakyas. The Mahavakyas also actually are not explaining, because it cannot be explained. They are pointing. Lakhyate, natu uchyate. They are pointing towards that Supreme. So to that Supreme, I offer my prostrations. That Supreme alone is in the form of Ishvara God, Govinda. That Supreme alone is in the form of my own Guru. And that Supreme alone is my own Self. So I offer my prostrations unto that Supreme. This is the meaning of this verse. Please also understand, all these different kinds of meanings are possible. In a way, you can also take that govindaṃ and paramānandaṃ as adjectives for sadguruṃ. Govindaṃ sadguruṃ praṇato'smyaham. Then in that case, the whole verse will become a prayer, a prostration unto Guru. Isn't it? That's what it will mean. That's also okay. You can surely do that. No problem. But all the other meanings are also possible. I offer my prostrations unto that Supreme, who itself is the Lord, who itself is my Guru, and who himself is my Self also. I offer prostrations unto that. Right? Shankaracharya begins with this prostration. So this verse is called as Mangalacharana. Now Mangalacharana is of three types. In each of the texts that we have, we will see that some kind of Mangalacharana is done. Some invocation is there. What are the three types of Mangalacharana? First is called as Namaskara Rupa Mangalacharana. Namaskara Rupa means the verse will be in the form of prostration. Just like, for example, this verse. praṇato'smyaham is prostration. One kind of Mangalacharana. Second kind of Mangalacharana is called Ashirvada Rupa Mangalacharana. The teacher who is teaching, who is writing the text, sometimes will bless the student. Right? Now here he is invoking the grace of the Lord. Sometimes he will bless. Ashirvada Rupa Mangalacharana. And third type of Mangalacharana is Vastu Nirdesha Rupa Mangalacharana. Vastu Nirdesha means what? Vastu means subject. What is the subject of the text? that subject of the text is indicated, nirdesha. So in the very first verse, the subject of the text is indicated. What is the subject of this text? Sarvavedāntasiddhāntagocaraṃ is the subject of this text. So in a way, this Mangalacharana can be considered as Namaskara Rupa, which is quite clear. It can also be considered as Vastu Nirdesha Rupa Mangalacharana. Okay? Namaskara Rupa, of course. Vastu Nirdesha Rupa also can be done. Now, in the next verse, which is probably the most important verse of the entire text, what Shankaracharya does is, he gives the summary of all the topics that will be covered in one verse. It's the brilliance of Shankaracharya. In one verse, he gives topic wise. So you imagine now. At that time, when Shankaracharya and all Vedas, etc. was there was no printing. Nowadays, we have all the printing of books and everything, isn't it? And therefore, we have front page and nice designed page. And then there is a contents page. That first topic is this, on page number this. Then second topic is this, on page number this. No, in those times, so that also is included in the verse itself. So next verse actually is so much of meaning and also gives content of the entire text. We call it as Vastu Sangraha Vakya. Vastu, again same. Vastu means the subject of the text. Sangraha. Sangraha means summary, collected together. Vakya means statement. The statement or the verse which gives the summary of the entire subject of the text. That is called as Vastu Sangraha Vakya. So the second verse is actually Vastu Sangraha Vakya, but it also says so many other things. It tells us how lucky we are. So before we begin the entire study, actually in next 4 verses, verses 2, 3, 4, 5, Shankaracharya tells us, oh, we are so lucky. Why are we lucky? We will see what he is telling. And he also tells us what is the path through which that supreme can be attained. So in the first verse, what he said as sarvavedāntasiddhāntagocaraṃ, that which can be known through the Mahavakyas. How to attain that? That path is also shown in this second shloka. Very, very beautiful shloka. Very beautiful meter also. Let us chant. Please repeat. Jantūnāṃ narajanma durlabhamataḥ. Puṃstvaṃ tato vipratā. tasmādvaidikadharmamārgaparatā. vidvattvamasmātparam. ātmānātmavivecanaṃ. svanubhavo brahmātmanā saṃsthitiḥ. muktirno śatajanmakoṭisukṛtaiḥ. puṇyairvinā labhyate. jantūnāṃ narajanma durlabhamataḥ puṃstvaṃ tato vipratā. tasmādvaidikadharmamārgaparatā. vidvattvamasmātparam. ātmānātmavivecanaṃ svanubhavo brahmātmanā saṃsthitiḥ. muktirno śatajanmakoṭisukṛtaiḥ. puṇyairvinā labhyate. If you can, try to memorize this verse. Very beautiful verse, very potent verse, filled with meaning. So today we are only going to see simple word meaning of this verse. The details of it we will see in the next session. What does it say? Jantūnāṃ, among all the beings, all the living beings, among all of them, narajanma durlabham. Narajanma, human birth, is durlabha, rare. So among all the beings, human birth is very rare. Ataha, rarer than that. Ataha means than that. Than what? Durlabhamataḥ. Rarer than that, puṃstvaṃ. Puṃstvaṃ means manliness, humane qualities. Jantūnāṃ narajanma durlabham. Ataha puṃstvaṃ. More than that, what is rare? The human qualities. Means what? Somebody may be born as human being but should not be called as human being. Not like that. Someone has got human birth and in that also has got humane qualities. Atah puṃstvaṃ. Tataha means rarer than that also. What is that? Vipratā. Vipratā means what? Qualities of a noble person, noble qualities. So what is he actually showing? He is showing us gradation. Say jantu, any birth is first. Rarer than that is what? Narajanma, human birth. Rarer now among the human beings, what is rarer? Those who have got humane qualities. Puṃstvaṃ. Now among them who have got human qualities, what is rarer? Those who have got noble qualities. Not just they are human beings, they are noble human beings. Vipratā. Now among them also what is rare? Tasmāt means than that, rarer than that. Vaidikadharmamārgaparatā. Paratā means what? Steadfastness. Steadfastness in the marga path. Vaidika, shown by the Vedas. So tasmāt, rarer than that is what? Being steadfast in the path shown by the Vedas. Vaidika dharma marga, dharma I forgot, no? Steadfastness on the righteous path. Dharma marga, on the righteous path shown by the Vedas. Tasmāt, vidvattvamasmātparam. So what is that? Narajanma, durlabham, then puṃstvaṃ, then vipratā, then vaidikadharmamārgaparatā. Now from that vaidikadharmamarga also, what is more rarer? He says, vidvattvamasmātparam. Vidvattvam means what? Gaining the correct knowledge of the Vedas. You are walking the righteous path of the Vedas, true. Rarer than that is while walking that righteous path, we have got correct knowledge or wisdom of that Vedas. That is even more rare. Vidvattvamasmātparam. Okay, I have got the correct knowledge. Now what is more rare than that? ātmānātmavivecanaṃ. Rarer than that is to distinguish between vivechana. Vivechana means to distinguish. Distinguish between what? What is Atma, self, and what is Anatma, not self. So the capacity to distinguish between the self and not self is even more rare. Vidvattvamasmātparam ātmānātmavivecanaṃ. Okay, even if I have that vivechana, I distinguish between self and not self. Rarer than that is what? Svanubhavaha. Don't think svanubhava means swa anubhavaha. No, it is su anubhavaha. Because if it is swa anubhavaha, in Sanskrit it will mean swanubhavaha. But what is given here is svanubhavaha, not dirgha swa, swa. So how is that swa to be understood? Su anubhavaha. Su means well, good. Anubhava means experience. What we call as clear experience or direct experience is what is meant by svanubhava. So not only I am distinguishing between what is the self and the not self, rarer than that is clear experience of the self. Svanubhavaha. Rarer than that is what? Brahmātmanā saṃsthitiḥ. Not only an experience of the Supreme, but saṃsthitiḥ. Saṃsthitiḥ means firm establishment. Firmly establishing in that knowledge, brahmātmanā, that I am that Brahman. In this kind of knowledge, firm abidance. Rarer than that is what? Muktihi. Muktihi, liberation. Okay. So, he has given us 9 steps. Jantūnāṃ is step number 0. All the beings. First step is narajanma. Second step is puṃstvaṃ. Third step is vipratā. Fourth step is vidvattvamasmātparam. Fifth step is vidvattvaṃ. Sixth step is ātmānātmavivecanaṃ. Seventh step is svanubhavo. Eighth step is brahmātmanā saṃsthitiḥ. And the 9th step, which is also the final destination, is muktihi, is liberation. So to go to that liberation, these are the 9 steps he is showing us. Brahmātmanā saṃsthitiḥ, muktihi. And how is this liberation attained? He says, muktihi no śatajanmakoṭisukṛtaiḥ puṇyairvinā labhyate. He uses the method of double negation. What is he saying? Let us understand. Shatakoti janma sukrutaihi puṇyairvinā na ulabhyate. That's the line. Muktihi śatajanmakoṭisukṛtaiḥ puṇyairvinā na ulabhyate. So what is śatajanmakoti? Shata means 100. Janma, birth. Koti, crore. Sukrutaihi, by the good deeds, by good actions. Puṇyaihi, by the merits that I have got by performance of those good actions. Vina, without. Means what? Without the merits that I have gained by performing good actions in 100 crore births. Without vina, the good, the merits, puṇyaihi, that I have gained through good actions, sukrutaihi, performed in 100 crore births, shata koti janma. Without that merit, muktihi, liberation, na ulabhyate, is never attained. Na means not. U means indeed not. Means what? Never. No labhyate. Muktirno. No means English no. No. You will not gain it. Somebody will say, Swamiji, so if I don't have punya, so much of punya performed in so many births, I will not get mukti? Gone. Already I was thinking that I am not going to get mukti. Now that you have said that, you have confirmed that it is not possible. Arey, not that way. Here he is just trying to show us the level of that goal. And don't think that I will have to go through 100 crore births to gain liberation. This may be that 100 croreth birth. Possible. Maybe before this we have gone through 100 crore births and therefore we have come to this. In the next verse he will make this point even more clearer. Right? The point what he is saying. So when we saw the levels of rarity, that each one is more rare than the previous one, the rarest, the final is what? Mukti, liberation, which is not attained. Which is not attained through what? Through merits earned via performance of good actions in 100 crore births. Muktirno śatajanmakoṭisukṛtaiḥ puṇyairvinā labhyate. Right? This is the point. Now, we still have some time. Let us see each word also and some more points if they persist, we will see in the next session. First point, what is he saying? Jantūnāṃ narajanma durlabham. Among all the beings, to get a human birth is very rare. Now you will say, what rare, Veji? In India itself, we are 125 crore people. Outside India also, whole population of the world is so much, so many human beings are there. What are you talking about? Rare. You see with which the comparison is made. The comparison is with Jantu. Jantu means all other beings. Now compared to all of them, human birth is rare only. You take for example mosquitoes. Mosquitoes in your city will be in more population than the world population of human beings, isn't it? And we are only talking about cities, mosquitoes in jungle and etc. So we have not even, and I am only not talking about the mosquitoes, all other beings. So many organisms are living on my hand. They say the number of organisms living on my hand itself, palm itself, are more than the human population of the world. Then you see all those beings put together, among them human beings will be such a small percentage, and therefore it is indeed rare. And when it is said rare, rarity also gives speciality to it, isn't it? When we say that this is very rare, means what? It is very special. Why human life is very special? Because it is only in this life that you can put efforts to gain the last step of mukti. This human life is the only birth or only yoni where you can put efforts to progress. So in other words, we say human birth is the only karma yoni. All other lives or all other kinds of births are bhoga yoni. Bhoga yoni means what? They are meant for either enjoyment or suffering. They cannot perform a positive action which can change their destiny for future. It is only in human life that it is possible. In all other lives, we just have to go through whatever results we have attained. It can be punya, good results, and therefore we will enjoy. It can be papa, and therefore we may suffer. But in human life, we can put efforts and change the course of our future. Not only of this birth, but of many births. Human birth is rare, means what? Human birth is special, because this capacity we have got. How do we get this human birth? So it is said, Shubhaihi apnoti devatvam. If you have got lot of punya, you will gain the higher worlds of the devatas. Ashubhaihi narakim gatim. Narakim gatim. Means what? If you have got lot of papa, you will get lower births. Naraka, etc. Hell, etc. Ubhabhyam punya papabhyam manushyam labhate avashaha. When the punya and papa are almost similar, then we get this human birth. So when we get the human birth and we perform actions, from those actions punya and papa come out. Good action will give rise to punya, bad action will give rise to papa. Now all that punya papa of all the previous births put together, if punya is more, then I will get birth in the heavens, etc. If papa is more, I will get births in hell, etc. If punya and papa are almost similar, I will get birth as human being. Now, born as human being, what is the speciality that I get? We saw that it is karma bhumi. How is it a karma bhumi? Because human being has got a special equipment called intellect, buddhi, which is not there in other beings of this world, isn't it? Their intelligence is very limited and based on natural instincts only. Whereas for human being it is not like that. We can think and decide whether to do this or do that or do not do anything else. We can decide. You will never find dog thinking, in the morning I barked at one person, I should not have done. No. You will not find cats thinking and planning that now August is going on, now next September month will come. They can't plan. Simple instinct based living they have got. Something is lying there, they will smell. If it is edible, they will eat. If not edible, they will go. They will leave it and go. The moment they see somebody walking with stick, they understand that there is danger. They run away. Instinct based living. Human being is not like that. Human being will have all kinds of thinking. That is the speciality of human birth. Also, according to our Puranas, what is said, once we get human life, to get another human life, if we don't have sufficient punya papa, etc., we have to go through 84 lakh yonis. 84 lakh births we have to go through to get the human life again. Oh my God, when will I get it? That is provided you don't put efforts in realization, okay? Then the course of the action is different. Then you don't have to go through 84 lakh births. But otherwise, that is the usual course of action. Oh, too much. We don't know when are we going to get human birth again. Therefore, now we have got it. Now we should do it. So, this verse is actually not a call of despair that, oh, mukti is not attained by punya performed in 100 crore. No. It is telling you, now you have got it. Put efforts and get it. They have those cells, no? Discount cells for different things. Only for 2 days. They say only for 2 days, but after 1 month they will have another sale. Isn't it? Now Onam sale. Afterwards Ganesh Chaturthi sale. Then thereafter Diwali sale. And these are all ways of promotion, marketing they are using. But still what do we say? Oh no, only 1 day is remaining. Let us go and buy. Why? In this only I will get discount. Shankaracharya is telling us, sale. What? Only in this birth mukti is possible. Get it, or we don't know when will that opportunity come again. Therefore, don't waste this human life in doing stupid things. Use it for what it is meant to be used. What it is meant to be used will be explained in the remaining 8 steps. This is what you have to do. Do it. Okay? Sufficient for today. Though we are supposed to have the class for 1.5 hours, I understand that it is too much for some people. We will not be able to grasp also everything. So to begin with, we will start with 1 hour, 10 minutes, 1 hour, 15 minutes like that. As we proceed, if we need, we will see. Okay. Remaining meaning of this verse is not over. Okay. A lot of other things are there that we will see in the next session next week. Right. As I have told before, please take notes wherever required. If you have doubts, you don't have to ask immediately the doubt. The best method is, you have doubt, you write down that doubt. In whichever class the doubt comes, in the next class, probably the answer will be given. If it is not given in the next class also, then you ask. I will tell you what is the method to ask the doubt, etc. I will put the link, etc. in the group also, WhatsApp group. Okay. But that is the method that we will be using. Okay. Take notes. If doubts are there, write it down. Wait for the doubt to get clarified in the next class. If not, post that doubt. Okay. And I will take it. All right. Chal, we will conclude. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.